What is environmental science?
An interdisciplinary field studying the interactions between humans and the natural environment.
What is ecology?
The study of relationships among organisms and between organisms and their environment.
What is an ecosystem?
A community of living organisms together with their physical environment.
What is biodiversity?
The variety of life at all levels, genetic, species, and ecosystem.
What are the 3 levels of biodiversity?
Genetic, species, and ecosystem diversity.
What is a species?
A group of organisms that can interbreed and produce fertile offspring.
What is a population?
Members of one species living in a defined area at the same time.
What is a community, ecology?
All populations of different species living together in an area.
What is a habitat?
The physical environment where an organism lives.
What is a niche?
An organism's role within its ecosystem.
What is a producer?
An organism that produces its own food via photosynthesis or chemosynthesis.
What is a consumer?
An organism that obtains energy by eating others.
What is a decomposer?
An organism that breaks down dead matter, recycling nutrients.
What is a food chain?
A linear sequence of organisms each feeding on the previous.
What is a food web?
A network of interconnected food chains in an ecosystem.
What is a trophic level?
A position in a food chain, producers, primary consumers, etc.
What is the 10% rule, energy transfer?
Only about 10% of energy passes between trophic levels, the rest is lost as heat.
What is photosynthesis?
The process plants use to convert sunlight, CO2, and water into glucose and oxygen.
What is cellular respiration?
The process by which organisms convert glucose and oxygen into energy, CO2, and water.
What is the carbon cycle?
The movement of carbon through atmosphere, oceans, soil, and organisms.
What is the nitrogen cycle?
The movement of nitrogen through atmosphere, soil, organisms, and back.
What is the water cycle?
The continuous movement of water through evaporation, condensation, precipitation.
What is the phosphorus cycle?
The movement of phosphorus through rocks, soil, water, and organisms.
What is greenhouse effect?
The warming of Earth's surface by gases trapping heat in the atmosphere.
What are the main greenhouse gases?
CO2, methane, CH4, nitrous oxide, N2O, water vapor, fluorinated gases.
What is the global warming potential, GWP?
A measure of how much heat a gas traps relative to CO2 over time.
What is the GWP of methane versus CO2?
Methane has 28-36 times CO2 over 100 years.
What is anthropogenic climate change?
Climate change caused by human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning.
What is the Paris Agreement?
The 2015 treaty aiming to limit warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius, ideally 1.5 degrees Celsius.
What is the IPCC?
Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the UN body assessing climate science.
What is COP?
Conference of the Parties, annual UN climate meetings.
What is mitigation, climate?
Actions to reduce or prevent greenhouse gas emissions.
What is adaptation, climate?
Adjusting to actual or expected climate effects.
What is net zero?
Balancing emissions produced with those removed from the atmosphere.
What is carbon neutrality?
Achieving net zero CO2 emissions, often via offsets.
What is climate sensitivity?
How much temperature rises per doubling of CO2?
What is the difference between weather and climate?
Weather is short-term, climate is long-term averages and patterns.
What is the urban heat island effect?
Cities being hotter than surrounding rural areas due to materials and activity.
What is ocean acidification?
Decreasing ocean pH from absorbing atmospheric CO2.
What are coral reefs threatened by?
Warming, acidification, pollution, overfishing.
What is coral bleaching?
When stressed corals expel symbiotic algae, often dying.
What is the cryosphere?
Frozen water on Earth, glaciers, sea ice, permafrost, snow.
What is permafrost?
Ground frozen for 2 or more consecutive years.
What is permafrost thaw concern?
Releases stored methane and CO2, accelerating warming.
What is sea level rise?
Long-term rise in oceans due to thermal expansion and melting ice.
What is thermohaline circulation?
Ocean circulation driven by temperature and salinity, including the Gulf Stream.
What is El Niño?
Periodic warming of the Central/Eastern Pacific affecting global weather.
What is La Nina?
The cooling counterpart of El Niño with opposite weather effects.
What is desertification?
Land degradation in arid areas, often human-driven.
What is deforestation?
The removal of forests, primarily for agriculture and timber.
What are tropical rainforests important for?
Biodiversity, carbon storage, oxygen, climate regulation.
What is the Amazon's role?
The largest rainforest, critical carbon sink and biodiversity hotspot.
What is reforestation?
Replanting trees in deforested areas.
What is afforestation?
Planting forests where there were none before.
What is the difference between reforestation and afforestation?
Reforestation restores, afforestation creates new forest.
What is the carbon sink?
A reservoir absorbing more carbon than it releases.
What are major carbon sinks?
Oceans, forests, soil.
What is land use change?
Conversion of land for different purposes, often emitting carbon.
What is sustainable agriculture?
Farming meeting present needs without compromising future capacity.
What is regenerative agriculture?
Farming that restores soil health and biodiversity.
What is monoculture?
Growing a single crop over large areas reduces biodiversity.
What is crop rotation?
Alternating crops to maintain soil health and reduce pests.
What is no-till farming?
Growing crops without disturbing soil reduces erosion and emissions.
What is cover cropping?
Growing crops between main crops to protect soil.
What is agroforestry?
Integrating trees with crops or livestock.
What is the difference between organic and conventional farming?
Organic restricts synthetic inputs, conventional uses them.
What is soil erosion?
The removal of soil by wind or water, often accelerated by agriculture.
What is topsoil?
The uppermost, most fertile layer of soil.
What is soil degradation?
Decline in soil quality and productivity.
What is salinization?
Accumulation of salts in soil, harming productivity.
What is eutrophication?
Excess nutrients, often from fertilizers, causing algal blooms and oxygen depletion.
What is a dead zone, ocean?
Low oxygen areas where most marine life can't survive.
What causes dead zones?
Eutrophication from runoff, especially fertilizers and sewage.
What is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch?
A concentration of marine plastic debris in the North Pacific.
What is microplastic?
Plastic fragments smaller than 5 millimeters, widespread in environment and food chains.
What is bioaccumulation?
Buildup of substances in organisms over time.
What is biomagnification?
Increasing concentration of a substance up the food chain.
What is mercury bioaccumulation example?
Concentrates in top predators like tuna and swordfish.
What is acid rain?
Rain with high acidity from atmospheric pollutants like SO2 and NO.
What is the ozone layer?
A stratospheric layer of O3 that absorbs UV radiation.
What caused the ozone hole?
Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, released into the atmosphere.
What is the Montreal Protocol?
The 1987 treaty phasing out ozone-depleting substances, successful.
What is photochemical smog?
Air pollution from sunlight reacting with vehicle emissions.
What is particulate matter, PM?
Tiny particles in air, PM 2.5 and PM 10 are health threats.
What is the WHO Air Quality Guideline?
Specific limits for pollutants like PM 2.5 to protect health.
What is the difference between weather pollution and air quality?
Weather influences pollution dispersion, quality measures pollutant levels.
What are renewable energy sources?
Solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, biomass, naturally replenished.
What are non-renewable energy sources?
Coal, oil, natural gas, uranium, finite.
What is solar PV?
Photovoltaic technology converting sunlight directly to electricity.
What is solar thermal?
Using sunlight to heat water or other fluids.
What is wind power?
Generating electricity from wind via turbines.
What is offshore wind?
Wind farms at sea, typically stronger and more consistent winds.
What is hydropower?
Electricity from moving water, mainly dams.
What is pumped storage hydropower?
Using surplus energy to pump water uphill for later release.
What is geothermal energy?
Heat from Earth's interior used for power and heating.
What is biomass energy?
Energy from organic materials like wood and crop waste.
What is biofuel?
Liquid fuel from plant material, ethanol, biodiesel.
What is the difference between biofuel and fossil fuel?
Biofuel's carbon was recently in the atmosphere. Fossil carbon was stored for millions of years.
What is nuclear power?
Electricity from nuclear fission, low carbon but with waste challenges.
What is nuclear fusion?
Energy from combining light nuclei, not yet commercial.
What is the energy transition?
The global shift from fossil fuels to low-carbon sources.
What is grid storage?
Batteries and other systems storing energy for later use.
What is a smart grid?
An electricity network using digital communication for efficiency.
What is energy efficiency?
Doing more with less energy through better technology and design.
What is the rebound effect, energy?
Efficiency gains partly offset by increased usage.
What is the circular economy?
An economic system designed to eliminate waste through reuse, repair, recycling.
What is the linear economy?
Take make dispose model causing resource depletion and waste.
What is recycling?
Processing used materials into new products.
What is composting?
Decomposing organic matter into soil amendment.
What is biodegradable?
Material that breaks down naturally by microorganisms.
What is compostable?
Material that breaks down in composting conditions into nutrient-rich soil.
What is e-waste?
Discarded electronic devices, a growing concern.
What is extended producer responsibility?
Making producers responsible for products through end of life.
What is greenwashing?
Misleading claims about environmental practices or products.
What is life cycle assessment, LCA?
Evaluating environmental impacts across a product's life.
What is carbon footprint?
Total greenhouse gases emitted by an activity or entity.
What is a personal carbon footprint?
Average ranges from 4 tons in low income to 16 plus tons in US per year.
What is the largest source of personal emissions for many?
Transportation, food, home energy, consumption.
What is the impact of red meat?
Higher emissions than most other foods, especially beef.
What is the role of food waste?
Roughly 1/3 of food is wasted, major emissions source.
What is plant-based eating's climate role?
Generally lower emissions than meat-heavy diets.
What is land sparing versus sharing?
Concentrating agriculture to leave wild areas versus blending agriculture with habitat.
What is rewilding?
Restoring ecosystems to wild states with reintroduced species.
What is biodiversity loss?
The reduction of variety of life. Current rate is 6th mass extinction.
What are mass extinctions?
Periods when many species died out. 5 major prior events.
What is endangered species?
A species at high risk of extinction.
What is the IUCN Red List?
The global list categorizing species extinction risk.
What is a keystone species?
A species with disproportionate impact on its ecosystem.
What is the role of wolves at Yellowstone?
A famous keystone species example, shaping the ecosystem.
What is an invasive species?
A non-native species causing ecological or economic harm.
What is the impact of invasive species?
Major driver of biodiversity loss after habitat destruction.
What is habitat fragmentation?
Breaking habitats into smaller pieces, harmful to species.
What is a wildlife corridor?
A connection between habitats supporting species movement.
What are protected areas?
Designated regions managed for conservation.
What is the 30 by 30 goal?
Protecting 30% of land and oceans by 2030.
What is conservation biology?
Science aimed at protecting biodiversity.
What is ex situ conservation?
Protecting species outside natural habitats, zoos, seed banks.
What is in situ conservation?
Protecting species in their natural habitats.
What is a seed bank?
A repository of seeds for biodiversity preservation.
What is Svalbard Global Seed Vault?
A secure seed bank in Arctic Norway storing crop diversity.
What is overfishing?
Catching fish faster than populations can replenish.
What is bycatch?
Unintended catch of non-target species, often discarded.
What is aquaculture?
Farming aquatic organisms, rapidly growing food source.
What is sustainable fisheries?
Fishing maintaining fish populations and ecosystems long-term.
What is plastic pollution?
Plastic waste accumulating in environments, harming wildlife.
What is single-use plastic?
Plastic items used once before disposal.
What is the Anthropocene?
A proposed geological epoch defined by human impact on Earth systems.
What is planetary boundaries?
A framework of 9 processes regulating Earth's stability.
What are the 9 planetary boundaries?
Climate, biodiversity, biogeochemical flows, ocean acidification, land use, freshwater, ozone, aerosols, novel entities.
What is the safe operating space concept?
Living within planetary boundaries to maintain stability.
What is the tragedy of the commons?
Shared resources overused when individuals act in self-interest.
What is environmental justice?
Equitable distribution of environmental benefits and burdens.
What is climate justice?
Addressing climate change's unequal impact on vulnerable populations.
What is a just transition?
Shifting to a green economy while protecting affected workers and communities.
What is ecosystem services?
Benefits humans get from nature, pollination, water, climate regulation.
What are the 4 types of ecosystem services?
Provisioning, regulating, cultural, supporting.
What is natural capital?
Stocks of natural resources providing ecosystem services.
What is environmental economics?
Economic study of environmental issues.
What is a Pigouvian tax?
A tax on activities causing negative externalities, e.g., carbon tax.
What is a carbon tax?
A fee on greenhouse gas emissions.
What is cap and trade?
A market system where total emissions are capped and permits traded.
What is the Green New Deal?
A proposed program addressing climate change and inequality.
What is ESG?
Environmental, social, and governance criteria for investing.
What is sustainable development?
Meeting present needs without compromising future generations.
What are the SDGs?
UN's Sustainable Development Goals, 17 goals adopted in 2015.
What is the precautionary principle?
If an action has uncertain harm, restraint should prevail.
What is the polluter pays principle?
Those causing pollution should bear the cleanup costs.
What is intergenerational equity?
Fairness between current and future generations.
What is the Gini coefficient, environment?
Inequality measure also applied to emissions across populations.
What is climate vulnerability?
Susceptibility to climate impacts, often higher in poorer regions.
What is climate refugee?
People displaced by climate-related events, growing concern.
What is environmental literacy?
Understanding of environmental concepts and ability to act on them.
What is citizen science?
Public participation in scientific research and monitoring.
What is the Keeling curve?
A graph of atmospheric CO2 levels measured since 1958.
What is the current CO2 concentration, 2024?
About 420 plus ppm and rising. Pre-industrial was 280 ppm.
What is the global average temperature anomaly?
1.1-1.4 degrees C above pre-industrial as of recent years.
What is the 1.5 degrees Celsius target?
Paris Agreement aspirational limit to avoid worst impacts.
What is climate feedback?
process amplifying or dampening climate change.
What is a positive feedback example?
Melting ice exposing dark water, absorbing more heat.
What is a negative feedback example?
Increased CO2 stimulating plant growth that absorbs CO2.
What is a tipping point?
A threshold beyond which change becomes self-sustaining.
What are major climate tipping points?
Amazon dieback, ice sheet collapse, amok slowdown, permafrost methane release.
What is AMOC?
Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, a major ocean current system.
What is geoengineering?
Large-scale intervention in Earth systems to counter climate change.
What is solar radiation management?
Geoengineering technique to reflect sunlight away from Earth.
What is carbon dioxide removal, CDR?
Removing CO2 directly from atmosphere via natural or technological methods.
What is direct air capture, DAC?
Technology to extract CO2 directly from ambient air.
What is BECCS?
Bioenergy with carbon capture and storage.
What is afforestation as CDR?
Planting trees to sequester carbon.
What is ocean alkalinity enhancement?
Adding alkaline materials to oceans to absorb more CO2.
What is the drawdown concept?
The point when greenhouse gas levels start declining.
What is Project Drawdown?
A research effort cataloging climate solutions.
What is climate communication?
Effectively conveying climate science to motivate action.
What is climate anxiety?
Distress about climate change, increasingly common.
What is environmental policy?
Government actions affecting environmental outcomes.
What is the EPA?
U.S. Environmental Protection Agency.
What is NEPA?
National Environmental Policy Act, requiring EIAs for federal projects.
What is an EIA?
Environmental impact assessment of a project's effects.
What is the Endangered Species Act?
U.S. law protecting threatened and endangered species.
What is CITES?
Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species.
What is Ramsar?
Treaty on Wetlands of International Importance.
What is the Kyoto Protocol?
1997 Climate Treaty with binding emission targets for developed countries.
What is the difference between Kyoto and Paris?
Kyoto had binding targets for developed only. Paris has voluntary contributions from all.
What is loss and damage, climate?
Costs of climate impacts that can't be adapted to.
What is COP28's outcome?
First global stocktake, agreement to transition away from fossil fuels.
What is the difference between mitigation and adaptation?
Mitigation prevents emissions, adaptation handles unavoidable impacts.
What are NBS, nature-based solutions?
Approaches working with nature to address climate, biodiversity, and other challenges.
What is a blue economy?
Sustainable use of ocean resources.
What is green hydrogen?
Hydrogen produced via electrolysis using renewable electricity.
What is the role of green hydrogen?
Decarbonizing hard-to-electrify sectors like steel and aviation.
What is the most cost-effective climate action for individuals?
Voting and civic engagement, dietary shifts, transport choices, energy use.
What is carbon offset?
Compensating emissions by funding reductions elsewhere, controversial quality.
What is a high-quality offset?
Additional, permanent, verifiable, and not double-counted.
What is the importance of biodiversity beyond climate?
Food security, medicine, cultural value, ecosystem resilience.
What is rewilding success example?
Yellowstone wolves, European bison reintroduction.
What is the takeaway of environmental science?
Human well-being is inseparable from ecological health. System-level changes are needed.